Hey yo, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now I know it's been about maybe 2 days. Some shit happened. Hey, it been 3 days actually. Some shit happened. I'm back. Um, and let's get into today's video. Uh, yep, this is another video talking about something. So, yeah, let's get in this. The video topic I want to talk about people not really liking being your friend. Fake people, if that. Um, I the video's so fucking random, but I hey, we're going to talk about it now. Luckily, I'm not in this situation. I have a great group of friends. All my friends are awesome. Uh, but it doesn't stop from past shared experiences going on in my damn life. And let me just share some stories with you guys. So I have a great group of friends, but there was a time where a I'm gonna disclose all of this out into the open and to everybody. There was a point where I was going manic and had problems and thought everybody was out to get me in some sort of way. Some sort of way. I don't know why. I so it's not really about fake friends. It's just what like the video's just about the feeling of going manic. And just well, I wasn't really manic. Let me explain. So this all happened in July of last year, where I went manic for a second time. I've went manic in the past because of a issue, a mental problem, but this time I went manic for a different reason. I was going manic because my grandma, that I loved very much, just passed away. And I was going manic because, like, I didn't know what we were going to do. I didn't know how we were going to live. I didn't know how we were going to move on without my grandma. I want to preference in this in the best way I can po- possible. Or I wanna preference this to or we are in like a decent, I don't know how to say it, but after my grandma died, I just felt defeated, bro. I just felt defeated, and you guys are probably like why did you feel defeated, Carson? And my answer to that question is I lost the grandparent I love the most. Yeah, sure, I love my grandpa, but that can never be compared to the love that I had for my grandma. I was her favorite and she was my favorite. That's how it worked. And and like I want like preferences. I was such in the days where I didn't care what happened. There was a situation that happened around this time that me and my one of my friends that was we had a issue and I called her about it just bawling my fucking and then I just got a snap. Alright. I called her bawling my fucking eyes out and being like, did you say this? And she was like, no, that's true. I would never say something like that. That's not true. And I, of course, called her crying, bawling my fucking eyes out. And yeah, uh, there was a lot of shit that happened that I wasn't prepared for when my grandma passed away, but I, one of those things was having the worst summer of my life. It was the worst summer of my life. It was literally no joke, the worst summer of my life. Let me tell you what happened after that. Okay, so my grandma passed away. I was kind of in a daze, and people were respecting the fact that like I had to step away from a little bit. My friends respected that, everybody respected that, but then me and one of my friends started having major issues. And this girl, I love this girl. We still have a amazing relationship, but at the time, like some shit happened and it made it all harder to deal with. Okay, so I'm telling you. Me, so I was still dealing with grandma passing away and shit like that, and I was still dealing with that, and I was in a bit of a pissy mood, mostly always, because my grandma just died, so of course I'm gonna be in a pissy mood. Like, I didn't, I didn't like that God chose her to die. I didn't like that, but then I did something. I found Jesus after that. I found Jesus and my life fit better, obviously, but that's besides the point. Um, me and her started having issues, and I was like, I can't, like, why are you? Because she would push me do stuff. like always hang out with her. Like it got to the point where like she would always want me hang out with her, which is fine, but she would want to bring this guy around. I did not like this guy. We'll just call him Jeremy for this reason. I didn't like Jeremy, and uh, Chris is. I don't think I never told her that I didn't like Jeremy. I just kept it to myself because I didn't want to cause a damn issue. And because God was a dick to me. He might have been nice to Chris or my friend, uh, but he was a dick to me. He was a full-on dick to me. And I was okay. Like, I don't want him to be included in everything we do. So that's why I started hanging out more with our other friend. Let's call her Katie. I started hanging with Katie a lot because the other like friend would always be hanging with Jeremy, and I did not like Jeremy. So instead of causing a fight between me and let's call her Kate. Kate, I rather say quiet, which I shouldn't have done, but like the added on of me dealing with my grandma death at the time, and then this dude acting like a dick, and me just being worried because I've dealt with this situation before. Me and actually one of my cousins dealt with this situation before where a dude just treated her friend like shit, and we would tell her get out of it and shit like that, but she didn't listen. Uh, well, she listened. I have story about that actually. If y'all want to go watch it, but yeah, me and her got in a really bad argument. Me and Kate one night, and she said some horrible things, but I also said horrible things. And yeah, she said I'm using the people that died around me as a excuse, act like a asshole, which is fucked up. Honestly, it fucked up, and but I also said weird shit to her back. I called her a word that I don't usually say. I called her the C word. I don't usually uh, say that word to anybody unless they disrespect me or my family. Um, yeah, so me and her had a falling out. I stopped talking to her. She had her to blow up my phone like a psycho, telling me I need to apologized to our other friend KE because she thought I was calling KE a bitch when I wasn't, but I mean, it's whatever she thinks at the end of the day. And then we didn't talk for like a couple months, and then we talked, and we've been talking ever since then. And it and I don't regret talking to her again. She's a amazing human being, amazing fun. We just say shit that we don't mean to say when we get angry. And that's about it. But I want to make the video just to show you what yours can do to someone, though, because it was making me a dick. Okay, you know, it was making me a dick, though. It really fucking was. The people around me, it was making me a dick, and I finally got closure with that. And something happened right before me and Kate's big fight. My uncle Chuck passed too, so I was dealing with two people being dead, and I didn't know how to feel. That's why I stopped posting on YouTube. That's why I stopped, doing everything. I stopped working out. I stopped every fucking thing because the only thing in my life that matters was my family, and that instinct point at that point. Uncle Chuck was a good man. My grandma was a good woman. It pained me to see her on that hospital bed, having trouble to breathe. That pained me. That, literally scarred me to see, because she was my favorite grandma, and it was fucking hard. It was hard. Okay? It was hard. And, shit like that. And me. And I remember when it all went down, Auntie woke me off of only like 2 hours of sleep, and she was like, "Get up, your grandma is dying. We gotta go hospital." And it just shook me to my core. My very, it just shook my whole fucking body to know that my grandma is going to be gone, and I can't see her, I can't talk to her, I can't do anything like with her, and I can't hug her, she ain't going to be able to say when I get my haircut where my curly hair go. She's not going to be able to do that. Not she's not going to see Candy graduate. She's not going to see me become a man. She's not going to see any of that. And I that just I don't know. It just shook me. It just shook me. It just, like I said, it fucking shook me, man. I don't, like, I love my grandma to death, and I hope that woman knows it. And, yeah, this was just a video about yours. I am back daily uploading. I had to take a 3-day break, deal with some shit, but now we're back. We're back, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the videos. I have a story, but I'm gonna wait until like a year has passed to tell that story because I don't feel comfortable sharing it right now because that story I'm still a little freaked out about. It. So I'm gonna wait a good like year, like a good like year, people. So yeah. My one message to everybody watching the video: just spend time with the people that you have because it's not guaranteed that you're going to see them tomorrow. And yeah. Alright. I'm proud of you guys. Everybody have a good day. Good night. Whenever you're watching the video. Remember, I love all of you very much. As long as you're over 18. And, okay, I had to do a joke. I had to do a joke. I had to lighten up the mood. But, see all y'all in the next video. And, I'm up out of you. Peace, everybody.